Hey there, it's me, Brinda. Welcome to the Work Psychology series. A few weeks ago, I asked myself a question. What do I know now about work, about managers, about new managers, about money, and working with difficult people, which I wish I'd known from the very beginning? We made a list and it got really long. So I decided to share it properly with everybody. Now, how are we going to go about it? We're going to explore the science behind what happens. And then we'd look at real world applications or scenarios where it's happened. And then finally, the tools that we can use today. Who is this for? This is for anybody who manages people, who works with people, who wants to get better at both. The ecosystem or the format in which we're going to go through this is one is mastering yourself, which is, of course, mastering the new job, navigating through that and the challenges of it. The second is mastering relationships. Now we work with people above us, we work with people below us, we work with new colleagues, and also some people who we label as difficult. And how do we do that? And then finally, managing our value, which is our negotiations. At the workplace, it could be for a salary, it could be for a certain task. How do we go about it? Let's start with a couple of examples, and I give you a sneak peek of what we'll be talking about. One of them is the new job and the hidden traps that we have there. One, of course, is the hidden or the invisible contract, which are expectations we have at a new job. Then comes the questions that we hesitate to ask, we don't ask. And then, of course, the conformity trap, where we try to fit into a new organization and just understanding which is the best thing to do and in which cases. The next thing we look at is really the manager and how to be one, right? There is always the performance reviews and there is always the belief in your team. How to balance these two well so that one, you always stay clear to the objectives of the organization, but still manage your people with a heart. Oftentimes at work, we also meet people we label as difficult. What we'll explore in this series is understanding what are the psychological levers, which create these panic responses and how exactly can we bypass them? What's going on in their mind? Why certain things the way they react to certain matters and how we can work better with them. Then comes the new manager. How do we create that best impression with a new manager? How do we set clear expectations with our teams and so on and so forth? The final thing we're going to look at is the salary negotiation. How do we look at the science of anchoring, the power of silence, and knowing one's worth? How are we going to do this? We're going to do it under 2 minutes. We're going to have a psychology theory, a real life situation, and then tools that you can use from the very beginning. This is the agenda. Let's start on this journey. And all the things I wish I nearly knew have finally mapped out, and I'm sharing that with you. Stay tuned for more.